It's a good morning out here. Today in Quartzsite. Yeah, yesterday the wind got up to, I know because I got a wind vane right up there, a wind counter. Anyway, measure 20 miles an hour gust. It was bad. Didn't have all the sand here. No. Right in this campsite. Had some, but that little powder stuff, but it wasn't as bad as being over in them LTVAs. Anyway, it's about time I pulled up stakes and headed on back east. I think so. Got things to do back at the home base and doctors to see, stuff like that. So my trip out here, this time, I haven't been out here since about 4 years ago I was out here. It's coming to an end. I'm going to kind of talk about Quartzsite here a little bit because it's changed. In my eyes, in my opinion, it has changed. And I'm going to tell you why I think that since the last time I was out here. I know there's some people putting out videos about it, the drama and all of that, and it's a bad place to come, etc., etc. There's drama out here, but it seems like there's always been drama. It hasn't been exposed as much, put on the internet as much as it used to be. You know, you got a hell of a lot, I'm going to say it like that, a hell of a lot of Kens and real Karens out here. And I'm talking the king and the queen of them. That's right. And if you ain't got one here, you got one over there. And then you got husbands and wife teams that are both Kens and Karens, and that's a real trip. That I've observed out here. Okay? I got out here in Quartzsite a little late this year. I came out in January. The big tent was already set up, bog wells and stuff going down. You know, the cheap and living cheap in the desert. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. It's changed. It really has. I came out here and I come in, they're coming from the south on 95. That's State Route 95. I observed, in my opinion, okay, as I passed through the LTVAs, I seen a lot of campers, you know, miles of them and all of that. But it didn't appear to be as many as it was in the years past. That's right. It just wasn't the same to me. Anyway, as I go downtown, the greater Quartzsite. I passed through the Tyson's Wash. That's where all of the Big Ten is, and all the big vendors. A lot of vendors are down in that area. That's kind of like where they live at, stay at down there. I mean, it's like a mini crammed in together a swap meet down there. But anyway, as I pull in there, there wasn't many. There's a lot of people there, okay, going to the Big Ten, but it wasn't as crowded on the highway as it was in the past. And I came in here about lunches time, so it should have been really busy, okay? It wasn't. I noticed that right away. Sure, there was cars parked on each side of the highway, Tyson Wash, when you turn to the right there at the stoplight. It was cars parked down there on the side of that street too. But it wasn't that many, okay, as it was in the past. There was no vendors, really. If you took a right there on that street down there at Tyson's Wash, there wasn't any vendors on the corners like there was before. Telling you something there, maybe they ran them off, I don't know. Anyway, I went down there to grab my propane. You know, get topped off on propane, get topped off on fuel before I found me a place to camp. So I kind of took a cruise through Quartzsite. Okay, the first thing I run into is I took a right there, okay, at Tyson Wash. because I always go over to 19 to get my fuel over there. Damn, Agco, whatever they call it. And then from there, I go down and get my propane. Anyway, first thing I run into, I didn't even know they had police out here. They had a Quartzsite police officer had somebody stopped on the side of the street. The lights are blinking and stuff. I didn't know they even had them. But anyway, then I go across, take a left, go across the state, over the highway, I-10. Next thing I run into when I go down to get my water there's a state trooper got somebody pulled over. That's 2 cops within less than like 3/4 of a mile. So anyway, I went ahead and got my stuff, went up and got my propane. Something else. Usually where I get my propane well, let's back up to the water. Usually there's a line of people to get water there. That's where you pay $0.25 to get a gallon of water. There wasn't but one person there. I go, I'll be damned. Now the gas station there, Chevron, or what it is, was really packed. You know, right there off the highway, coming off the highway before you get going into California. People want to buy fuel here before they get into California. But guys, over there it's costing $4.50, $5 a gallon. That's for regular. That's a fact. And you can search it, Google it, and see. Okay, here's 3 something. Well, at that time it was about 3. Anyway, I go down to get my propane. Usually there's several people getting propane there. This time there wasn't. I just pull right in, got my propane, pull right out. So this is showing you maybe I came in at the wrong time. Maybe everybody got their propane and everything already. I don't know. But there wasn't people. There was people, don't get me wrong, but not that big a crowd. So I pull on in down to the main drag of Quartzsite. Let's call it Main Street. They ought to call it down there. Anyway, I'm driving through. There's people. There's traffic. You know, the 2 grocery stores they have here we're filled up. There's a lot of people in there. Yeah, it sure was. A lot of folks in there. But it didn't seem this much traffic. Then the next thing I noticed, the vendor I want to go to wasn't here anymore. They gone, okay? Right where they used to sit all the time. Man alive, they're selling sheds. Buy, rent, lease a shed here, live in the desert. We'll move it out, you make a house out of leasing, man. You know, I don't know. Place full of them. RV dealers down there in them empty parking lots. They're empty lots, and that's what they use them for events and stuff. They have RVs in there, brand new ones, big time. There just wasn't the traffic. As I drive through Quartzsite, they got a couple of new things down there. They got a new Dollar General, and then I'm driving on down past the Pilot down there, and it got down to Terrible's. That's a gas station down on the other end of town there where they got the Carl's Jr. hamburgers, McDonald's, and all that. But anyway, Carl's is expanded. He got a car wash down there. Yeah, sure does, behind his gas station down there. Nice. And it was packed too. It was packed. That was a packed place. Anyway, I'm glad they got that. And then they got a Starbucks here now. That really don't make any sense to me, but they got a Starbucks because this influx of people only lasts for like about 2-3 months. But then again, they got the I-10 there. People going to and from California all the time. Anyway, I hope that Starbucks doesn't hurt any of the local people's businesses here. I hope it doesn't. You know, a lot of people are about their Starbucks. I'll go pay $5 for a cup of coffee. I can make it for cheaper than that. Excuse me. Anyway, there seemed to be, as I got my fuel and got my propane, the propane place, some people were usually real talkative, really nice people. Same people there, it looked like. It's not the same conversations. They're still polite, really polite people, I mean, but it's just a different air, okay? A different vibe, if you want to say. So anyway, I head on out to one of my camping sites. Well, first off, I come back and I busted through. I've never been in them, when I was camping out here last time. I've never stayed at them, and that's the LTVAs. That's where you pay to camp in the gravel pit. The only amenity you got is at the LTA South, and that's water, that dump, and the trash. And the water, you can't drink. Well, you can drink it, I imagine. They disperse it, but man, it's got some chemicals taste to it, okay? Mineral taste, okay? You need to filter that stuff. It's pretty cheap. Guys go out there and set up camp all season long, 6 months or ever how long it is. You pay $108 for it. I drove through there because I noticed it didn't seem as packed as it usually is as I drove into Quartzsite. And as I'm driving through, now remember, I haven't been in there before. There's a lot of people there. They're all crammed up together, okay? But it didn't seem like, in my opinion, that there was many as there was in the past. I drove over to the other LTVAs too. That's long-term visitors areas. And I go, something ain't right here. It's just the air, okay, about the place. So I went on up north of town, going up towards Parker, where I usually camp out up there at one of the 14-day stay areas, one of the BLM 14-day stay areas. I got up to Pomosa Road there. Well, I passed, what is it up there? Well, one little camp area, High Jollies. They usually have a group of people there that are your road trekkers, like me, have a road trek, and they usually park over in the corner of that one, and you can see them from the highway. There wasn't any road treks there when I pulled through, pulled past there. So I stopped at High Jollies and pulled in, checked that out, checked the little place out. It's crowded too. It's a little 14-day stay area, but it's not that crowded. So I go on up to where I was going to set up camp up to Pomosa Road, and there's a lot of people there. They're dispersed at that area. They're not crammed up door to door up there. But I just didn't get the vibe when I was looking around up there to camp out. And somebody's dead ass in right where I like to camp up there, where I stayed before. So I jumped out and I ran over towards Baus, and I got a little camping spot over there on BLM. Like, I love it. And it happened to be open when I got there, so I grabbed that and didn't have nobody around me. Just what I was looking for. Okay, but when I first pulled in here, I didn't get the vibe of Quartzsite. So the next day or the day after that, I pulled back down to LTVA. So I wanted to see some people or meet some people that I knew that were there, and I had a general idea where they were camping out at. And I met up with a couple of them, and also met up with a YouTuber down there. Couple, 3, 4. There's a lot. Everybody out here is a YouTuber. That's something else this year. Everybody is a YouTuber, an influencer. Every place you go, you're going to get a camera stuck up in your face, okay? Even going to, into the truck stops. I mean, come on, people. Give some people a break. YouTube. You ain't an influencer unless you got 100,000 subscribers anyway, okay? Yeah, Jesus Christ, everybody. Even older people than me. Granny's out there with a stick with her phone on the end of it and trying to take pictures of camels and stuff. Oh, God. Anyway, it's different, okay? The LTVA, when I went out, I met up with a couple of my friends out there, and now I have a couple new acquaintances that I met later on out there. Matter of fact, I camped there with them for a couple of days. I did. I went and paid my $40, and I camped out over there. Okay? Why people do that, I don't know. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. So anyway, they got the Schoolie-Palooza going on over there. And I went over there. And Schoolie-Palooza is usually a great big event. Okay? It's kind of like a whole bunch of young guys, middle-aged people trying to be like we were back in the 60s. They're trying to be hippies. They ain't made it yet. Oh, it's funny. They got some good jam. If you like going into a rave or something like that, yeah, they got some good jams. Okay, they banging down over there, electro, techno. Okay, but I don't like staying up with the crowds like that. So I pulled out and camped out way out there on the end on a little point there over a wadi there. Me and Peppa loved it out there. We sure did. Had fun there. But as in the past, the vibe was not there. The air was different. The people were the same. Well, not the same people, but the people were the same. Nice, friendly, no problems there, no issues. But it just wasn't. I don't know if it was me or there's a difference. But there was a difference. Number one, it was smaller. Number two, the party all night long went on. But it was just different. So anyway, I stayed there until it was the end of Palooza and come back over to Quartzsite. And went out and camped out with some new acquaintances of mine out there on the LTVA. Paid my $40, stayed out there, used their dump. I never used anything else out there. I wouldn't drink that water. I go down there and pay my quarter or my dollar and get 5 gallons of fresh water. I still filter it, okay? I got a filter. I've got a little machine. I might do a video on my filter system that I have for my waters. I don't trust these places, man. And besides that, I love having filtered water with my coffee. Anyway, while I was out there, these people nowadays, a whole bunch of people got the dang side-by-sides. I'm going to call them dang side-by-sides. Okay, they're fun, they're cool, and people spend $30, $40, $50,000 for one of them things, whatever they're paying for them. And they're loud and they're noisy and they can go climb with them and run them down the road, whatever they want to do with them. But I'll be dang, I got to say something. This is something I didn't notice before here. Maybe it's because it's different people here. And a lot of them got them things. They all gather together like 5, 10 of them, and then they go shooting down across the deserts on these roads that are already powdered dust, and they make clouds and clouds of dust, and they're going as fast as them things will go, 30, 45, 50 mile an hour, out there on them roads in them camping grounds. And if that ain't enough, they'll sit out there and do burning donuts out there and make more dust. They have no respect for other people that are around them. And here's the kicker. There's one group of them busting by, and I'm looking at them as they're going by because the wind's blowing the other way and I can see them. You know, ain't no dust in there. Some of them guys in the back got all this gear on, like they're fighter jet pilots or something. And some of them even got these helmets on with these tubes coming out for oxygen. You know, filters or something so they can breathe. Dang. That has changed, and that is stupid. Okay? Have some respect, people, if you're driving them things for the other people that are camping. You know, there's dust out here. But, that's normal dust. You don't have to make no more. And I noticed that when they get back into wherever they're camping at, they kind of slow down a little bit. But when they're running around, dust everywhere. It's craziness. And I tell you what, all you guys in them little side-by-side, them races or whatever, I don't know what kind of I'm not into that culture. But that one guy that had that V8 one, with that V8 stuck up in the back of it, that 4-seater, holy moly. He had big tires on it. It must have been a sand buggy or something. That thing, you could hear it coming. It sounded like it came from a drag strip. You guys ain't got nothing until you got one of them. He can burn and throw dust all over the place all day long. Oh yeah, and he can definitely burn some donuts. Enough on that. That's stupid. Shouldn't be. They're tearing the desert up. Okay, that's what happened. And you guys, they're on these adventure bikes. I feel for you. I really do. You guys know how to ride them, okay? But they kick up just as much dust, okay? So, hey, if you're going through an area where there's a bunch of people parked and camping, show them some courtesy. That's all I'm saying. That has changed, and that's still worse, okay? Now, with that said, I stayed there for a while, had a lot of fun over there with them people. A little fun anyway, with new acquaintances. Met some a new acquaintance over there at the other side on the other LTVA down there, the Post LTVA. Nice people, really nice people. They're YouTubers too. Everybody's a YouTuber, but they're a growing YouTubers, and they're just great people there. That's showing you there's still some people here that are totally awesome. There is. But they got some real Kens and Karens, okay? They got some major issues. And over there at the LTVA, people love grabbing these big rocks and cordon off their area. This is my area. This is mine. This is mine. Whoa, wait a minute, dude. This is everybody's. I'm sorry you had to pay $180, so you think you can come camping out here, okay? It's everybody's area, not yours, okay? People show each other respect and don't want to go to Fifth City over parking spot. There's miles and miles of this desert out here, is what I'm saying. Now, I not only stayed there, I like bouncing around, camping out at different places. So I moved and went on up north, up to the dam up there, and then did some stuff up there at the casino. Come back down, grabbed a couple more different locations to park at. And people are not the same. Okay, number one, there's a lot of campfires. I hate that smoke. I don't like being around it. People got campfires at night, and most of them you're more than welcome to join in. People are not friendly as they were. They're not. Even over at that LTVA. And I ain't figured that out. Why would you want to come out here in the desert, you coming from some city, and you want to park up real close to somebody else within 10, 20 feet of them? There's more desert out here than just 10, 20 feet. Now, I understand you got your groups that like to bring your great big old fifth wheels out, and you like to cram together, make a big wagon wheel. But, come on, people. Get some space out there. All right. This last place I go on about where I'm parking at. I'm parking in a secret area now, I'm going to call it. I'm not going to tell you where it is, but it's south of town. And I've been here before, and this is my spot, okay? I like it right here. I got hummingbirds here. There's no dust hardly at all because it's a small area, and it's a lot of gravel here. This is a gravel pit anyway. So this is nice, and the breezes are nice, except when that wind starts kicking at 20 miles an hour. And there's some shrubbery around here a little bit. Today it's getting windy again. I hope you can hear me okay. This used to be and is a real nice area. There's a couple people pass through that are really friendly. But I've noticed the people that are friendly like they used to be are the old timers, like myself. The guys that are in the mid-50s, early 60s, it's not the same. They're I don't know. It's just different. They got attitudes, real attitudes. And most of the people that came out here this year, I think they're on vacation. Like they got their 2-week vacation from their job, Yeah, 2 weeks. And then they got to go because as soon as that temp dropped, as soon as that's over with, Bob Wells' cheap living is over with. People start disappearing. And the only thing left now is the real, in my opinion, the real van lifers, the real RVers. This is March, the first week of March, and I'll be leaving the next couple of days, going home. But anyway, I don't know what it is about that. I don't. But I do know, I'm going to do a video on this. I think the allure and the fairy tale-ism of van life has finally ran its course, and you're back to the normal folks again. I think that's what's happening. People are moving on from that. Something's going on here because the air here in Quartzsite isn't the same. It's not. It's not. Now, where I am camped at right now, this area had a whole bunch of campers that was up north when I was walking with a dog that's on down about, I'd say, 100 yards, maybe 50 yards from there. I said, what the heck's going on down there? We had a little conversation. He'd been here for a while, yeah. And his fifth wheel. Nice people. And he said somebody dumped their black and gray tanks out down there in the water. And I guess it was a big dump. Yeah, I mean, like, it was a mess down there, he said. A real mess. And it was where, now he said this is secondhand information. It's what he's telling me, and he'd been here. He said, some of the vendors camp out here, okay? They get, wagon wheel it and camp out here. Said it was some of them that dumped that out there in that water, their black and gray tank. It was a mess, I'm telling you. Anyway, well, that being said, so that's the way it is now. That's the way it is out here. It's changing. But I'm going to tell you, you dump them tanks out here. You dump them out, and that's illegal. That's nasty. That's what's closing these places down, people. You weekenders and stuff like that, and you guys that are, if it was, I don't know this to be fact or not, if it was some of them vendors that was down there at the big tent doing that, that's going to shut all this down, and you ain't going to handle business in the future. People don't care. And here's something else. Just trying to finish this off here. And my observations. People don't be putting your piss bottles in the campfires. The shit stinks. Okay? That's number one. I don't know what you're doing with all them poop bags and them poop buckets, but I know where some of them you're dumping the crap. Okay? It's over at the city park and their dumpster over there. Damn, the other day I was over there to take the dog for a walk over there on the grass. They got grass over there. Holy mo, it stunk to high heaven over there. Sure did. So anyway, I just want to end this here with that cheap RV, that cheap living stuff. I've seen several elderly people out here this year. I've talked to a couple of them. That living in your car stuff, dude, it's not the best life you've ever had. You would have been better off staying wherever you were in an apartment or something. Yeah. And that one lady that's running around in that black van, she knows who she is. You ain't the queen of the LTVA and van life. You're not, okay? You're not. What can I say? She'll probably watch this. I'm not going to mention her name, but she's a YouTuber too, like the rest of them. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the Quartzsite area. Will I be coming back again? I don't know. If I do, I might stay for a day or two and visit some people that I know and have communicated with. And then just pull on. Because there's more out here to see and stay at than this LTVA stuff in Quartzsite. There's more than this, okay? In this part of the United States. You could go down south. There's 14-day states. The BLM's down there. Up north, same thing. You might have to buy a permit for a state permit or something like that. Ain't no big deal. You can go down to Gila Bend in Texas. You go over to New Mexico. Nice weather just like it is here. And it ain't as crowded. Okay? It's not as crowded. But if you got to be in a city of RVs that are door to door, like in Baltimore, the houses just crammed together, or like in Philly or something like that, or New York City, come on out here. You'll enjoy it. You sure will, but be ready. Be ready for the smoke and the dust. And shopping out here in Quartzsite is kind of limited. They've got 2 grocery stores. People saying the shelves are empty. I didn't see that when I went into them. Roadrunner and Coyote down there. And then they got that other place there at the Tyson's Wash there, that's got all these canned goods and stuff like that. Yeah, discount groceries, I think they call it. Yeah, well, if you go down there, stop in and get one of them donuts, man. Them Amish donuts, they're to die for. Oh, yeah, they are. That's the Quartzsite crack to me, man, getting them donuts. They're expensive, $8 a donut. Now, they're big. Okay, they're big. And they're handmade right there. They're good. Yeah, they are. Okay, everybody knows about that. And that little old taco stand up there on the main drag, grab you a taco. You got good ice cream too. Anyway, that's what I think about Quartzsite this year. I'm headed back. I hope I get to pull a kayak out someplace on the way back, but I'm going to be kind of in a rush headed back. Probably be camp. I don't know how I'm going to camp out yet, me and Peppa. So anyway, leave me some thoughts, your thoughts. Leave some comments down there. Give me some thumbs up. I could do some more videos, but because so many people out here doing videos, I just don't, I'm not motivated to do videos. I got plenty of film to do some. But this is my thoughts on Quartzsite this year. It has changed. And there's drama out here. But them Kens and Karens, they're making it blow up. Yes, there was fires. There's always been fires in these RVs. It's not any more than in the past. No, it's not. It's just that they're blowing it up. It's like the CNN and the news channels, okay? Blow the stuff up. Anyway, people, leave me some comments. Let me know what your experiences are. Or if you're getting ready to come out here next year, maybe, let me know. Let me know what you think about it, what you'd be looking for. It's changed. In my opinion, it's changed. Anyway, so long for now.